Hey all, and this is the Reckoning of Epochs event. This is an Earth Commander event and Beast Killer. So I made up a few teams, a Crusade team here, one with Metaverse that I will be experimenting with as the event progresses, one for the bosses, and then my Dark Commander team as well, which may be useful here. I don't have the event Ultimate form yet, but I'm going to be getting it tomorrow, and my teams should improve significantly after I do that. So let's start with the Crusade team you can see here. So to start with, we have Eternal Soulmates. Pretty decent card, creates power gems, has a small increase to Earth Commander damage as well. Oasis Allies. This is always a good card as it creates a lot of power gems. Also increases its own damage as well. Brothers in Banditry, this is basically my main hitting card. Has 300% increased damage to itself when it attacks. Creates power gems as well. A very good card, still one of the best Earth Commander cards in the game. Then Untamed Rangers. Creates 10 Earth Power Gem 7s and that Stag Spirit as well. Then Morochi Marauders, the final card. Doesn't create too many power gems, but has that damage buff. That's always useful, but this is just for the Crusade and not for the bosses. My bosses team is slightly different, and when I get the event Ultimate form, I will make changes to the team as well. So the relics are just basically my best Earth Commander relics, nothing too exciting here. I've just chosen my best 5 for the Crusade since I don't need to break the shields. The relics are slightly different for the other teams. I will show you that in a minute. But yeah, just my best 5 Earth Commander relics. Only 1 pink star on all the relics though, so not too exciting, but it is what it is. Now the Metaverse team I will be experimenting with more after I get the event Ultimate form. This is just a basic template for the team. Oasis Allies is the first card. This will probably be swapped for the event Ultimate form. Then Metaverse Masters gives the next hero to use their battle skill a 150% damage buff. Pretty much used in all teams nowadays. And that will be used to boost up Brothers in Banditry. Then 2 other Earth Commander cards. I think you've seen both of these already. But this is just an experimental team, so there's not much point in talking too much about that, but I have seen a lot of teams using Metaverse Masters. It's definitely worth trying something similar to this if you can. Now my main hitting team for now is the team here. It's basically cards with damage buffs with 1 main hitting card and then enough relics to break the shields plus my best Earth Commander relics. So let's talk through this team. Eternal Soulmates. You've seen this one before. Increases Earth Commander damage by 50%. Visions of the Void. This is a strange card, and I'll probably swap this card out for the event Ultimate form once I get it. It increases damage based on the gems on the board. 4% per Earth Gem. It says it's only for Beast Killers, but the damage is for all Earth Commander cards. So it is a pretty good card, but it is quite old. It's a bit strange as well, as it does destroy all the gems on the board each turn, apart from the Earth Gems, of course. Then Brothers in Banditry. Seen this one of the main cards in the game. Next time this hero attacks, it has 300% increased damage to itself. Then just 2 more cards that increase Earth Commander damage, basically. That makes up the team. You can see here on the passive, increases Earth Commander damage by 60% for 1 turn. And again, Morochi Marauders. You can see here, increases Earth Commander damage by 80%. Also has a revive on it, which is quite handy, but not so useful for this event, as I've not died yet. Well, not against the boss anyway. Now for the relics. So there's only the 1 relic to break the shields so far. I may need to change that for the ultimates. If we scroll across, it's the relic here. It breaks the 2B shields plus 1 per Earth Commander ultimate hero on the team. There's other relics that break shields as well. It's mentioned in the news feed, worth checking out. But yeah, otherwise it's just my best Earth Commander relics to finish off the team. I will mess about with this as the event progresses, especially if I get Dogan's axe upgraded. That may make a significant increase to the damage. So I'm not seeing too many other options, if I'm being honest. They're all single affinity teams or teams with Metaverse Masters. United Shardbearers is a card I would like to get though. It's an older arcane ultimate form, I believe, that has a damage buff. I never got that card. I'm hoping it's in the Drillfists offers soon. Anyway, that's the teams I'm using for the event so far. They should get much better after I get the event ultimate form. So let's get on with the actual event. Here we go. Alright, and here we go with the Crusade. As always, I'm going to be taking on the Umbral Crusade. So I recommend scrolling to the bottom to see if there are any adventurers before using one of your friends or guildmates, especially if you're going to be playing the event for a long time. There's a decent card here that I can use. Any Earth Commander Ultimate form with the 300-600% for all Earth Commander heroes works for this team, so let's go ahead and play this. Alright. This is Umbral level 16. So for the bosses, you need to use a few more cards than for the regular enemies. Since this is the first boss, I'm going to be using Brothers in Banditry as well. In actual fact, let's use all of the cards apart from one. Jade Agents has quite a nice passive upgrade skill. That's really useful. I probably should put that card on my team actually for Crusade, but it's not there, unfortunately, as you can see. I may swap about that on my team though at a later date. I really just need to get the ultimate form. That will help a lot. But yeah, for the regular enemies, just using the one card. Yeah, Jade Agents is really good actually. 1 turn cooldown. I think I am going to put that on the team after I finish this Crusade mission. It'll get through the waves a bit quicker, I think, than how I'm doing it now. You only need to use that card each time for the waves. It's been regular enemies pretty much every time though. There we go. Now for wave 5. Kronos, Lord of Time, gives solo bosses. This is the enemy to be aware of if you don't want a solo boss, and he's come up here. You can see there, if you press the chest, solo boss Hoarder comes up. But yeah, I might as well defeat this. Quit out though if you can't defeat the solo bosses. Earth decks seem to be the weakest type of deck nowadays, so you may struggle with the solo bosses depending on what your teams are like. Anyway, that's the Crusade done. I really need to try and get an ultimate up at some point as well to show you the changes to the ultimates. But we do have a solo boss. I'm going to now fight a solo boss I got a little bit earlier on. Alright, so we have a solo boss up. I'm going to be giving this a go. It's quite early on in the event, as you can probably see. I'm not going to try my Metaverse team on this boss. I will just use my standard bosses team for now and show you how this works. Right, so on the very first turn, using the card here is the best option, I think. Then just go left to right. There we go, and then hopefully this will do reasonable damage. Sometimes 3 to 5Q. It's not spectacular, but it's the best I really have available for now. But yeah, hopefully once I get the event ultimate form, the damage will be way better on this team. Yeah, 2.6Q. It's not spectacular at all, but it's okay. It's probably enough to get me through the first day of this event. That's all that really matters, if I'm being honest. As soon as I've got through day one, I'll have a decent team, and then I can start having a bit of fun with the event. But yeah, the damage is pretty poor on this team to start with. Right, we'll try that again, using just this card, and then hopefully getting a good grid where we will see in a minute. Left to right. I think left to right is the best way to use this team. It might be better to use Visions of the Void last, though. I'm not sure. So I think I'll try that out in a minute, using Visions of the Void last, and see if the damage is any better or not. You have to be a bit careful of the Regan. You can see the health goes down and then it goes back up again. That's rather strange, actually. Yeah, the health's going up and then it goes back down again. But sometimes goes to a lower level than it should do on the health, so I don't really know what's going on there. Another strange glitch in the game. You can see here it's gone up a lot, then gone down. No idea. Regan buff glitch by the looks of it. Right, so let's try Visions of the Void last on this attack and see if I can defeat the boss. I've been hit by blind, but Brothers in Banditry gets rid of that, so it kind of makes it an essential card for this team. At least it gets rid of that after you attack. You'll see now. I'll attack and then it's gone. Well, on Brothers in Banditry it's gone anyway. The damage wasn't as good, but I didn't have a very good grid that time around. So that's kind of to be expected. Anyway, let's get this boss defeated. It's taking way too long. Need to move on to the next boss. But yeah, the Regan buff on the enemy does weird things. It makes the health go up, then the health goes back down again. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I think it's been like that in previous events as well. So the only thing you really have to worry about is dealing with blind. That's not too difficult to deal with as long as you have Brothers in Banditry, since that removes blind when you attack. Anyway, let's get this done. This should be a good hit. This should hopefully be a very good hit. Let's see. Oh, yeah, 3.6Q. That's my best hit so far on the boss. And there we go. No overkill, I don't think, on the boss. I didn't check, but would have been 25% at most. Anyway, that's a solo boss defeated. So here we go, the guild bosses. I'm going to be taking on that lovely Umbral boss you can see here. I'm going to try my Metaverse team to see if I can make that work. These have blind and auto heal. You saw in the solo boss section, auto heal does really strange things to the health of the boss. Blind is pretty easy to deal with though, as long as you have Brothers in Banditry. Now I will say I don't think this is really going to work, but I'm going to give it a try. I think first turn match Earth Gems like this. The second turn, do Metaverse first, then Brothers in Banditry, then just go sort of left to right from there maybe. Let's see what happens. It's worth a try. Well, it's given me a rather strange grid, hasn't it? Yeah, I don't think this is going to work how it is now. Oh dear, that's the most abysmal damage I think I've ever seen. Yeah, I think we can forget about this for now. I'll give it one more go. But yeah, you need a lot of Earth Gems. basically. Just having a look at that card. I think I'll just try what I did before. You need to convert the gems first, then hit Brothers in Banditry card, then go left to right. That's the only way you can really use this. Oh, it might be a bit better this time. Let's try that. This could be a good hit. Let's see. No, damage is still extremely poor. Yes, this is not an option for now. I need better cards in order to make a Metaverse Masters team work, unfortunately. Right, so this time I'm going to try my Dark Commander team. Lost Covenant has 5 pink stars on it, so this could do huge damage. Plus you can see here the relics are all high level and strong. Let's see if this does more damage than my Earth team. It probably won't, but it's worth a try. My Dark team has always done really good damage in previous events. My Water Slayer team could be another one to try, but I think that's a bit too much of a long shot, to be honest. Let's just try my Dark team and see what sort of damage we do. 2.7Q, so not quite as much as my Earth team. The other disadvantage of this team is that, well, blind I don't think will be countered, so I don't think this is an option, unfortunately. Let's see what happens this turn. Yeah, you'd need high performance unit area to take away the blind, I think. Oh, it's removed it on a couple of the cards. 3 of the cards. Oh, it has taken it away. Oh, that's good. So yeah, this team is a possible option, I think. It's about the same sort of damage, maybe slightly less than the Earth team though. So I don't think I'm going to be using this. I think the Earth team was better. But yeah, it's definitely an idea. I need to think of possible other ideas until I get that lovely event ultimate form, which I should do a bit later on. Okay, and the final team I'm going to be testing, this is quite frankly a ridiculous idea. It's my famous Water Slayer team that seems to hit ridiculously hard in every single event. So let's see what it does here. Right, this should be interesting. I'm not expecting much damage out of this, but it's good for a bit of fun. Right, here we go. Turn 0 or turn 1, use Metaverse Masters. Turn 2, use Area. That will remove blind, which is always good. Then just go from the middle. 3, 4, 5, 1. I think that will work anyway. Let's try it. 3, 4, 5, 1. Yeah, this isn't going to do much damage, is it? But it's worth a try. It's worth a try. See what it does. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, 1.2Q. That's nowhere near the damage of my other teams. It was worth a look, though. That team sometimes hits really strange and surprisingly large amounts, even when it's not supposed to. Anyway, I think we're done with the guild bosses now. Alright, we have an ultimate boss up. Definitely interested to see what these are like. They're looking quite hard at level 1, actually. Is that 1Q HP? I think it is. Trophies 1.5, 150 million. Well, let's just go ahead and give this a go. Yeah, they start off difficult by the looks of it, so I'm going to need to battle boost it. Yes, so based on this, ultimates won't be that good if you want to farm Crusade keys anymore. It's going to be too difficult to farm. Oh, it's got 3 shields up as well. Ah. Yeah, they've made major changes to the ultimates. They're way harder now. Not even sure if I'm going to get past like level 2 or 3 on this. I'm going to have to change my relics as well and make a team specifically for the ultimates. Let's go ahead and hit it and see what happens anyway. Yeah, so this is something to play once I get the event ultimate form, I think. Let's see if I can at least defeat it. Yeah, that's defeated the boss. Do you get anything for overkill anymore? No, you just have to defeat the boss in order to get the trophies. Yeah, that's really hard though compared to what it was before, and a lot better as well, as you don't have to faff about with the lower value bosses. That's always good. Right, I just changed my relics for the level 2 ultimate. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, the trophies have gone up a tiny bit. That's 1.524Q HP. Let's go ahead and hit it. So the whole event could be about the ultimates now. It's going to be difficult though. Get the Crusade keys to attack them in the first place. So maybe I might want to play a lower value map just to get Crusade keys. I'm not sure. It's going to be a strange event, that's for sure. Yeah, the changes to the ultimates make a huge difference, as sticking with the Umbral map may not be the most effective way to play the event. I'm not sure. Got 2 keys back from that one. Going to hit this one as well, I think, then probably call it a day of the ultimates for now. I'm going to assume you can reset these. So you can also see higher level buffs on the enemy as well. Blind 8, auto heal level 8 as well. So yeah, I'll just hit this one, I think, then call it a day with the ultimates. So yeah, it's difficult. I'm not sure how to really play these now. I wasn't expecting this much of a dramatic change, if I'm being honest. There's no overkill rewards anymore. It's just kill the boss and then get the trophies from defeating the boss. Yeah, I think I may go back to the lower maps and try and get extra keys. I think Diamond might be a good one to play, as it does give okay-ish trophies. The problem is the longer I spend on the lower maps, the less trophies I'm going to get from those. Yeah, a very difficult decision to be made here on how to play the event. Or maybe I just need to hopefully get some Crusade keys from the guild. Yeah, but that's what the ultimates look like anyway, and it's given me something to think about, that's for sure. Alright, so let's grab the event rewards. There is an Ultimate Championship event on Just Fight Ultimate Bosses. Haven't found any ultimate bosses yet, but that's because I'm recording the last part of the video before the earlier parts of the video. So you've probably already seen me fight an ultimate. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish this collection off. This is a Legend Relic collection. We've not seen one of these for a long time actually, so it's quite nice to see. You've got a Dogen's axe in there. Now I'm going to go to the forge and see if I can do anything with these bands that I got. I think I need the light band, and I didn't see a light band there, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, but is to be expected. Let's see. Legend Relic, and where's Dogen's axe? Yes, the light band I need, and guess what? The light band didn't come up as to be expected. But yeah, you can see here a new type of relic, a prismatic band. That's for making Dogen's axe 5 pink stars, and that could be really good. What's the percentage? 136.55% increase to attack for all heroes. That's pretty good. Difficult to make, but something that might be useful if I can make it later on. Anyway, that's one of the changes listed in the news feed. Let's go back over here. Go and claim my random hero I'm hoping it's the last card that I don't have from the collection, but I bet it's not going to be. We will see. Let's have a look. No, it's this card. Oh. Interesting. Well, that's not too bad, actually. That's enabled me to get an extra pink star on that ultimate form. So let's scroll down. I know it's an old ultimate form, but still, adding an extra pink star to that might help at some point, I guess. But there we go, it's done now anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get the shiny hero this time around, even if I get the event ultimate form, unfortunately. But never mind. Let's go over to here quickly. What is it this time around? Well, it's a water warden? I thought they were doing those new vanguards now instead of wardens. That's a bit strange. Strange battle skill as well, delays. Defender skill might. Yeah, that's not really that useful, but if you get it up to 6 pink stars, I guess it could be, as with any defender skill or any warden. There's quite a few decent earth teams, and I think water is one of the best defences now, so yeah, maybe one to consider. If we go over to the news feed, you can see here the 4 and 5 pink star relics have been unlocked. You saw that in the previous part of the video. You saw the requirements. A prismatic relic is needed. I think it was 3 actually, but yeah, that's something to work on. There's also a sale in the shop. We have the free vault tier 7. Yeah, I can't go up to that. The Ultimate Championship. This is the main change to Crusade. Ultimates have been changed. They say improved. I don't know, as I've not found an ultimate yet. As I mentioned earlier, I record the last parts of this video, then record the earlier parts. I still only have level 10 of Crusade. But yeah, I'd be interested to see what the ultimates are like. Yeah, the prizes for the championship didn't look that good. I think they were bastions or something like that. A whole host, yeah, it says there. Okay, we're done with that anyway. Let's go out of here and have a look at the actual event deck itself. So here we go. So here is the event ultimate form, Colossals of Corellis. The main selling feature gives the next Earth Commander to use their battle skill a 200% damage buff. That's the main reason I want this. I will use that to boost up brothers in banditry. And then out of the individual cards, if you are just going to get one of the cards, I recommend getting the ultra rare. This has the 200% buff on it, but no power gem spawning. Also worth noting the passive renewal skill. The hero's battle skill can be used twice per cooldown. Doesn't really help too much since you can't buff the card you want to buff up twice, but it's worth noting that it's on the battle skill, and there we go. That marks the end of this video. I hope that was helpful. As always, if you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this video, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. If you did enjoy this video, giving it a like and subscribing is always appreciated. Thank you to those that have already subscribed. We have my previous event video on the screen and a playlist. Plus you can also subscribe here if you want to. And thanks for watching.